I hope I'm not being unduly prickly about this one, but I've just picked up a copy of the Daily Mail, and it's not my choice reading at all, but I feel it's important to see as many things as possible. And there's an article in there by Boris Johnson about Sir Keir Starmer. Now, you'd expect him to be talking about Sir Keir Starmer raising taxes, doing woke. He's got some nice lines. He will whack up your taxes and wallow in wokery. And I tell you this, my friends, if Schnorrer gets in, he will immediately begin the process of robbing this country of its newfound independence and make the UK the punk of the EU. Did I read that correctly? Yes, I did. Because Boris Johnson has suddenly got hold of the word Schnorrer. Sir Keir Schnorrer plans to slink into number 10 as silently as Larry the Cat, then lock us back in the dungeon of Brussels like a ball-chewing gimp. But Schnorrer is a Yiddish word meaning tramp, beggar. And it's pretty offensive, particularly given the fact that Sir Keir Starmer's wife is Jewish. Now, it's not that long. In fact, I think it's about a year ago that all the Guardian stuff kicked off with Martin Rowson's cartoon of Richard Sharp, the then BBC chairman, posing with a box of money, with tentacles, and Boris on the top of a mountain of ordure. Not a tribute, I think, to Therese Kofi, who came later, whose vile sewerage antics. And oh, look, there's another slimy, tepid, fecal, squirty slide into the Thames. Let's have a paddle or water sports with other health ministers. Matt Hancock. You don't mind if I do, excuse the squid. Oh, that's Baroness Moon. Yeah, well, the problem is, Schnorrer, you can make your jokes about Boris on the top of the dunghill. You can make your jokes about Therese Kofi. But so much harder to make jokes that are tinged with anti-Semitism. And I think Sir Keir Schnorrer is an instance of that. And I think Boris should be very careful. I think Boris has overstepped the mark there. And given the fact that Boris was implicated in the story that led to the Richard Sharp cartoon, and Boris himself has some Jewish roots, I think he should have known better than that. And I think it's a cheap choice of language, trying to get some alliteration or sibilance at the expense of Keir Starmer, and it's inappropriate, and no one seems to mention it yet. So I'm just flagging it up. Let me know what you think, and let me know if you think it's appropriate. I think there's I think there's a lot that could be said to criticize Keir Starmer, but criticizing him as a Jewish beggar is not appropriate. It's not appropriate. It's wrong.